Hey guys, welcome to your SHEBEAST rehabilitation workout on the world's first ever green Pilates machine made from recycled and sustainable materials here in Bali, Indonesia. My name is Christina Stoltz and I am extremely excited to share my invention with you. This machine is pack and play. It folds up and it comes with a TSA approved travel case so that you can literally stash and stow the machine at home or abroad. Now you can bring the power of your favorite Pilates workouts with you wherever you go. It makes you less reliant on your studio and more reliant on building a workout routine that works for you. Today's routine is a combination of leg spring, arm spring, and jump board exercises to help you recover after injury or maybe come back to a workout after some time away. Now, Pilates is a wonderful performance and prevention tool. It's a great way to improve or optimize really your athletic power and to improve coordination, increase agility over time. But it's also important to remember that we have to take it slow sometimes and give our bodies the chance they need, the time and space they need to recover and to work out of compensatory movement patterns and into some new states of mobility. So we'll begin lying down. I'm going to take the headpiece and place it down as it is, but this headpiece is great. It comes up and it goes down. So when you are working, you can protect the neck. When you're overhead, of course, you're going to want the headpiece to come down in order to extend the neck long on the mat and carriage. In addition, this machine is a 5-spring system, like a classic Pilates reformer. Right now, I have it set to 2 outer springs, but you are welcome to change that spring setting to 1 middle spring. If, again, you are coming back from an injury and you need a little bit more support by reducing the amount of resistance that the machine is offering. By working on 1 spring as opposed to 2, you will be able to lengthen further out on the machine with less resistance, which will give you a little more time and space with each movement. If you're working on 2 springs, your range of motion will be limited and you will have a bit more resistance from the springs and the straps, which will affect the extension and elongation of your muscles slightly differently. So you decide what works for you today. And Louie, our mascot, will be floating in and out. He's very stoked about these workouts and he's really excited to share our home with you. So if you see a cute white French bulldog pop into shot, just say hi. All right, from here I have the headpiece down and I'm going to place the straps onto the arches of my feet. So take hold of the straps, make sure that they're not tangled on the machine, and then lay yourself down. I'm going to move my mic to the side quickly. And from here, I place my head in the headpiece and I bring both handles into my arches. Now again, I'm on 2 springs, but if you are recovering from an injury or if you are taking this rehabilitative workout in true rehabilitative protocol, then come on to 1 middle spring. I want the heels together, toes apart, and arms long at your sides with your fingers extended and soft. Now from here, you'll press the heels out to 45 degrees and then return with the knees to the shoulder blocks. Press out on the exhale and return on the inhale. The legs are extending at 45 degrees and the spine is long to the mat. Press out and pull in. 5 here. And on these last 4, take a minute to touch base with all of the major muscle groups in the body. Starting from the toes and working your way to the crown of the head. So the heels are together, the toes are apart, the calves are lifting high. As the inner thighs wrap, the hamstrings, they wrap around and back to the quads, or the quads to the hams, excuse me. And you feel the muscles of the legs really working to lift and open. Again, as the calves lift high, as your quads wrap to your hamstrings, and as your glutes engage. So we've gone beyond 5, we're at about 10, but just take about 5 more to press through the toes and to feel the hip crease begin to fire. 3 here, and 2. Then on 1, press out and hold it. Now arms are long to the side and bring your feet into parallel. Take a minute to drop the legs down. So I'm looking at 45 degrees to the ceiling, and now I can see an eye shot that the toes are in line with the jump board. Now I'm gonna lift the legs to about 90 degrees, keeping my tailbone on the mat. I lower down to the jump board and I lift to the ceiling. I'm working from an L-like shape all the way down to a long diagonal. 5 and 4, just allowing the hips to open, allowing the spine to lengthen on the mat for 3 and 2. Now on 1, we extend this and we turn it into a circle. Drop down, open the width of the jump board, lift up back to that L shape. We head down to the jump board, open width of jump board, and lift back up to that L. Down, around, and up. Down, around, and up. 5 here. 4 more. Last 3, and relax your fingers too. Oftentimes, you'll find that the hands want to clench the side of the machine. Instead, allow the spine to lengthen long and just work out of the hips. From here, we take the toes to the outside and we switch the direction. Inhaling as the legs separate and exhaling as the legs return to that L-like shape. 10 here. So it's important to lubricate your muscles at the joints, which essentially means allowing the leg and the muscles of the leg to really stir themselves in that hip socket. If you're tense or tight, if you do suffer from any chronic conditions of the hips, this can be a beautiful way to improve your mobility over time while still supporting yourself at the joint. 4 more. 2 more. Last one. Now from here, bring the heels together one more time, go right back into that frog, and you'll notice that your range of motion is slightly longer. The heels are going to press out, and then the knees, they come back in line with the blocks. Pressing out for 5 on the exhale. And now on 4, press out and hold it out. Feel the inner thighs wrap to the outer thighs. Feel your quads lift. Feel your hamstrings lengthen. Point your toes. Feel your calves lift in opposition to the point of your big toe. Feel those inner thighs really hug together as if you had a block or ball between them, and then bring it right back into release. Press out and return. Last 4, 3, 2 more. And then on 1, bring it all the way in. Take the handles into your hands and then come up to seated. Ooh, ah. Now, once you're seated, you'll bring yourself to the headpiece. My heels are now on the headpiece and my glutes are right in line with the back of the machine. So I'm gonna move this mic to the other side so you can get a look. Now my spine is stacked, and if this is too much in your hip creases, if you need to open up this shape, you can bring your legs to the outside of the machine. If you are pregnant or expecting, or you have any kind of abdominal discomfort or pre-existing condition, you can lift your glutes slightly by sitting on top of a towel or folding a mat, and that's going to elevate the hips higher than the knees. So you decide, either legs through the headpiece, legs extended out beyond the blocks, or seated and elevated high. Now from here, I bring my arms up to 90 degrees. I hinge back to 45. I reach. I come back to 45, and I sit tall. We'll flex the feet firmly, which means the toes pull to the nose and the spine stacks. The arms are at a 90-degree bend. I hinge. I reach. I bend. And I return. 5 more. Hinge. Reach, bend, and return. Last 4. Hinge, reach, bend, and return. 3 more. Last 2. Final time, hinge, reach, now hold it out there, bend at the elbows, and bring it right back in. This time, turn the palms to press back, sit even higher. If this is an uncomfortable seat for you or you're feeling a pinching in the hip crease, cross your legs. And if that is not available to you, again, open up the feet, bringing the arches in line with the blocks. You're able to press the arch into the block to provide yourself with some support if need be. So from here, we stack the spine. To do so, you press the 2 bones of the glutes down into the mat and stack the spine high. So instead of rounding or arching, you're finding the 2 bones in the glutes, they're called your sits bones, and you're pressing them down to lift the spine up. Arms reach back, push back, and come forward. 10 here. Press back and return to 45 in front. Feet are flexed. Back and front. 8 more. Final 7. 5. Shoulders back, spine stacked. The neck is long. 3. And 2. Last 1, and bring it forward. Now this time, we're going to hinge back, reach up, dive over, sweep back, head down, clasp your hands, lift them up, and then come around. Okay, it's a combination exercise that will mobilize shoulder girdle. So again, we start at 90, we hinge back, we reach back, exercise 1, we dive over, nose to knees, palms press back, exercise 2. Clasp the hands, lift the arms nice and high, lift them higher, and then circle around. We do that 4 more times. Hinge, reach, dive, open up, press back, lift it high, and then circle it around. Last 3. Hinge, reach, dive, press back, circle around, lift, and return. Shake it out, last 2. Hinge, reach, dive, press back, lift up, press through those heels, and circle around, roll those shoulders back, stack that spine. Final time, hinge, reach, dive over, press back, clasp hands, lift arms, and circle around. Awesome. Now we're going to hang up those handles, and we want to work our triceps. To do so, you're going to stay on 2 springs, or 1 if that's where you were, and bring your hands to the jump board. Now when you come to the jump board, take a second and find the positioning of the feet. I like to put the feet right in the middle of the board in line with the 2 shoulder blocks. Thumbs pressed back, fingertips forward. If it's available to you, put your thumb forward with your fingertips like a mitten. From here, we have palms on the board and feet on the mat, 90-degree bend. We come down, we press out, we lift up, and come in. Down, out, up, and in. 1 more. Down, out, up, and in. Now take a second, sit onto the jump board. If that felt good for you, stay there. If you want to advance that exercise and lengthen, creating a more distal action, which is action away from the midline of the body, away from the center line of the body, you're going to bring your feet in line with the 2 shoulder blocks and extend out with straight legs. Looks like this. You take your mitten shape to the jump board, legs come to the shoulder blocks. We take it down, we head out, lift up, and pull in. Drop, lift, and around. Down, out, and up. 4 more. Down, out, and up. Last 3, out, and up. Final 2, down, out, and up. Last 1, down, out, and up. Now come back onto the machine, sit it down, stretch the wrists. To do so, I want you to press both palms in and just dive over. That's it. So you can take your top hand now and reach up and over, lengthening long, and you're pressing through the palm of the inside hand. If you can take hold of that opposing wrist or forearm, do it. Sit up tall, and now to stretch the palm of the other hand, we're going to press into the mat and then just dive over, reach. Lengthen long through the fingertips. Now we'll execute the same exercise, but we'll change the direction. Before we were going down, out, up, and in. Now we'll go out, down, in, and up. Hands come onto the jump board. Feet come forward. We go out, down, in, and up. Out, down, in, and up. 5 more. Out, down, in, and up. 4, down, in, and up. Last 3, down, in, and up. Final 2. Last 1, and take a moment. Come back onto the board. Perfect. Let's stretch out the wrists again. Bring the palms together. Press the arms forward, reaching the inside of the palms toward me as the fingertips press back to you. Now take that shape up and slight arch. Beautiful. Now from here, I want to return to, again, a side lying kick on the jump board. This is an excellent intermediate approach to jump board work, a really great way to stabilize the hips and a wonderful way to get some glute work in if you're working, again, to recover from an injury, or if you're looking to change up the pace of your current routine. So, as we've done in a previous workout, I want you to bring your forearm to the headpiece with your palm down. Stack your hips. Place one foot onto the board and just jump out. You can take your top hand to the hips or right in front of the hips. But the goal is to keep the knees stacked, the hips stacked, the shoulders stacked, and this beautiful lift of the inside side body. 4, 3. Now on 1, I want you to just bring the knee into the chest. Small kick in. And if you're comfortable, you can always extend that kick and reach away, kicking out from the knee. If not, just keep the knee into the chest. 3, 2, and then we're just going to kick it back for 8. Toes back, heel comes to the glute. 5 more. Keep the chest proud. Keep everything stacked firmly on the carriage and relax your neck and your jaw. Resist the urge to clench your jaw and to drop your chin. Instead, lift the chin slightly and open the mouth, placing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. 2 more. And 1. Bring it all the way in. Now, you're going to slide your body slightly forward. You'll bring one knee to the shoulder block, opposing knee in line, mermaid stretch. Hand comes onto the jump board. We dive over and reach. Now, I'm a shorty, so typically I have to move slightly further forward to really enjoy the richness of this stretch. So if you're under 5'2", 5'3", come slightly forward. If you're taller, you can even remove the shoulder blocks and sit further away. Palm onto the middle of the board, dive over, lift up. 5 here. This is 4. And lift. Now reach the arm high to the sky. Fingers reach in opposition to that hip. We dive and we're lengthening in that lateral side bend, fanning those ribs to enjoy the richness of that stretch. 3 more. 3. Last 2. Arm long. Last 1. Perfect. Now from here, shake it out, and let's take it to the other side. So this means we're going to face away from one another, and you're going to get a really great butt shot. as we work our opposing hip. So from here, I want you to bring your arm long across the carriage with soft fingers, stack the heels, stack the knees, let your bottom foot hang heavy, top foot to the middle of the mat, and your top hand can come to the hip. We jump out and we return in, out and in. 5, 4, 3, out, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring the knee into the chest, and your top hand is going to come in front of you in line with that bottom rooted hand. Toe is pointed here. The neck is long, so the neck reaches at a 45-degree angle, keeping the neck on the spine. 3 more, and 2. 1 more. Now we kick our glutes. Kick. Point your toes, heels to glute for 5 and 4. Last 3. And then on 1, let's bring it forward again. If you're so inclined, kick it out and land. In, kick, and land. 3 more. 2. 1. Perfect. Now you'll sit up tall. Come to the middle of the machine. Bring your knee to the front crease of the machine in line with the shoulder block. Bring the opposing knee to the opposite corner. I'm going to move this guy over here. Got it. So now you can see how I'm diving up and over. My palm is down on the board, and I'm going to come slightly forward because, again, I'm 5'2". Anyone 5'3" and under, you want to move slightly further forward. Dive over and reach. Stack up nice and tall, shoulder down the back. So instead of lengthening high, you want to take that shoulder and press it down, essentially placing a hand in a jean pocket, just to slide that shoulder down the back. Dive over and reach, return and stack. 3, 2 more, 2, last 1, beautiful. Come up nice and tall, and to finish, you'll sit cross-legged or legs open. Take hold of these handles and just take one final stretch. You'll bring your hips in line with the blocks. Take those arms forward. Open and close. Whoops, I'm tangled. Hold on. So, an important note, if you ever feel like the straps are uneven, they are. It means they're tangled behind you. Stop what you're doing and fix it. Hug them in, open it up for 5 and 4. 2 more. And then on this last one, just go right up to the base of the neck. Sitting tall, sail it up, bring it down for 4 and lower, up for 3 and lower, last 2 to finish. And then on 1, lift up high, hold it, check in. Make sure you're pressing evenly through both fingertips, both sets of fingertips, that you're seated slightly forward at 45. Your chin is down, dropped so that the neck is on the spine. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your pelvis is tilted slightly forward, and your belly button is pressing to your spine to engage your abdominals. Now sweep your hands around, and you, my friend, are done. So this workout is great if you're looking to play with the machine in a new tempo and explore exercises that will help to lubricate your muscles at the joint by playing with range of motion, mobility, and agility in order to keep you loose and limber between workouts, or if you are recovering from an injury. I am super excited to share these incredible sweat sessions with you on this machine that I built myself. I'm so proud of it, and I'm honored to invite you into this wonderful space of performance and prevention and rehabilitation. I can't wait to share more workouts with you.